The West Virginia Mountaineers lose a heartbreaker in a game that they were better than the other team in and just can't pull it out in the end. Very frustrating.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. Welcome back into Locked On West Virginia. This one's going to be brought to you by Game Time, y'all. Right now with Game Time, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Locked On College for $20 off your first purchase. All right, so going to bring Troy in here from Mountaineer a moment as we jump straight into this. West Virginia loses a game against the Clemson Tigers. Just a game you led almost wire to wire. Big momentum swings as a 3-point loss. You just had major defensive breakdown after major defensive breakdown late, leaving a guy that can obviously stroke it open twice. Really frustrating for me. There's a lot of positives to take out of the game, and I don't want to forget those. But there is no doubt this is a game West Virginia lost. I don't think Clemson won it. I think West Virginia lost it. What's up, Troy?
I hear you. I'm going to do my best to keep things in perspective, I think, too, like you kind of mentioned, because there was some positives. It's a heartbreak. Not that I disagree with you, but I do think that I never felt this was just a really good college basketball game. It really was. And I never felt like this was ours, like it was settled. Like you were like, yep, we're going to win this thing. Because Clemson kept hanging around. And I want to give them credit. I do. I personally do, because they made shots at the end, right? There was defensive breakdowns, but they came and took it from us. And again, it was never, to me, never too comfortable. And there are a lot of positive takeaways. It stings, but in the end, like, someone had to lose this game. That's kind of how I feel right now. I'm just being honest. Like, someone had to lose the game, and it sucks that it was us. Absolutely. But never in this one was it like, all right, well, this is going to be ours. It's a wrap, because Clemson kept fighting. It wasn't just even at the end making the big shots. Like, they made some when we went up 9, and it's like, hey, we got to stop here and go up double digits even early into the mid second half. Like, they continued to make some 3-point shots, right? They had 45 points in the second half. It all didn't come in the last 4 minutes. There's a pretty significant run that they went on, obviously, and it stings and it sucks. And there might be fans not even like what I'm saying, but this game, yeah, it was lost over the last few minutes, but Clemson hung around. They hung around, kept making shots, and we missed.
You were up double digits with maybe 8 minutes to go. I mean, you're supposed to close that out. I get that they hung around, but I mean, we were up 12 points at one point. With the kind of defense you're supposed to play here, I feel like you're supposed to hang on to that. But This is a young team. Obviously, this is their first semi-road environment, although that was a home environment for West Virginia, and big ups to the crowd for the way they performed. But, West Virginia, there's a couple things that worry me about this team. Free throws are probably my biggest concern overall. Yeah. I think you lost this game at the line for sure, 12-19. That's been a problem every game so far. Free throws have been an issue. That the guys that you'd think would make them have been missing them. So I am curious about how that's going to continue to trend. Hopefully they start making more. As I told you during the game, I counted at least 5 complete air balls from Trey Eaglestaff. I just think that he is totally in his head. I choose not to believe that he is a bad player. I mean, maybe he's not 19 points a game. We know he's not that now, right? But I really don't believe that he's just got the yips. I thought personally that he was in his head last game from body language, and this game, like, he looked engaged in the game. It's just when it comes to his jump shot, he is way overthinking that. I have no idea how else to explain it. But I mean, he airballed a mid-range jump shot that was wide open. Yep. He airballed a 3 that was wide open. He banked one off the other side of the backboard that was wide open. Well, it wasn't wide open. A couple of those were contested. It's pretty crazy, man. I've never seen anything quite like that from a guy that, you know, I get it that he had a high usage rate coming into this and he's trying to adjust. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still basketball. You like, if you're open, you you know, like you make the shot for the most part, or at least 40% of the time, 35% of the time. I don't know. I just think that it's obviously, I don't think it's as bad as it looks, but
Yeah.
right now it's as bad as it looks. And him not being able to help is, I think, a factor as to why this team struggles offensively at times, because it was obviously expected that he would. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to scramble. And obviously, Chance Moore, it may come to pass that he just ended up playing the role that Trey was going to play.
Mhm.
He's a better defender and he's a better scorer right now, at least
Yep.
through one game. And I hate that. I don't want to say this.
Right.
It's not on Trey that we lost. I'm just rambling, really.
No, I hear you.
You know, but I just don't like the fact that Clemson got a win over us. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me, it angers me. Just because I don't like Clemson fans, first of all. That's another thing. But the second of all, it's just like, gosh, man, you know, we had this game won. That's the part that bothers me the most. If it was a 3-point game swinging one way or the other the entire time, I'd probably be a little bit, it'd be easier for me to accept it. But the fact that we were up double digits plus a little bit, and wasn't able to close it out really, really sucks. But we're playing a lot of young players. You know, I think obviously, and here's another thing that I thought, it's just my opinion. I'm not here to criticize Ross Hodge yet. That day may come like Neil Brown, but it's definitely not here yet. I felt like Amir was such a big factor in the first half, and down the stretch they relied on Jasper because he's probably a more calming, and I feel like the what Amir was bringing to the table really made us different in that game at times. I don't know.
No, he showed some stuff. I think we learned a thing or two or three about Amir Jenkins. I think we learned a lot about several players in this one, and just what they, you know, the role that they can play on this team and what they bring to the table. You know, you mentioned Trey, and I don't want to say this like to sound the wrong way. I was encouraged by the shots that he was taking.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The way the shots came out, that's a different story. And you're exactly right. He's in his head. But I was encouraged by his aggression. I was encouraged by, you know, even that shot.
He's doing what he's coached, right?
Right.
I can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's engaged. You know, we've talked about it. He's engaged. And even that shot that he, you know, second half, the mid-range where he took it off the 3-point line off the bounce, like that was an Eagle staff move that you watched on tape at North Dakota. And it just was an ugly shot, but you can be encouraged by what he's done. And I agree with Amir Jenkins. He showed some stuff, man. He showed some stuff. And that tends to happen in these, even, I mean, it's a 4-team little bracket in Charleston, but that tends to happen over these Thanksgiving, you know, week before tournaments. You learn some things about some guys on your team that, you know, weren't showing it as much in a 20, 25-point win against lesser competition, but we learned some things. And I leave this game feeling better about this team and their outlook on the season. I truly do. I truly do.
I can't decide whether I feel better or worse, to be honest with you. I really can't. Because of the way God predominated inside, we're going to play teams that have way better bigs. That's a huge worry. Obioha shrunk in this game. And I mean, I know I'm probably leaning negative, but I just expected a little more out of, you know, some of these guys. It can't be on honor to try to, and they don't, and to their credit, it's not like they run a lot of plays for honor, really. They don't. Right. I mean, his threes are pretty spaced apart for the most part, except for the last game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe they should run more, but I mean, when he's so small that I think that it has to be situationally just right for him to get a clean look, because it's either he's doing the step back to his left hand, or they're running him off a screen, or he gets an inside out three. Like the threes he made, like the one he made in transition, at full speed, and that
Yeah,
was shocking. Like
it was.
I mean, have you ever tried? I'm sure you played ball. Have you ever tried to do a step back at full speed?
It's crazy.
It's incredibly hard to do.
Yeah.
Because your gravity's taking you this way. I mean, he gets so much separation off that step back. It's insane.
Right. You literally don't see that. I mean, it's
no, you don't see that.
Very, very unique.
It doesn't even look like the shot comes out of his hand right sometimes. on the one where he got fouled and we thought he got fouled, and that's another thing. Like these announcers, I was annoyed with them the whole game. I should have listened to Tony.
Yeah.
I really should have, but I don't know. There's just something about those guys that was annoying me. I feel like everything they said, but everything they said just I didn't see it that way. Like, I don't know. There was a bunch of things, but I was on the edge throughout this whole game. And it's probably just because as West Virginia fans, I've just been wanting us to be a good team again for so long. It's like anytime we get in these situations, I start to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, field goals weren't good. You know, you're 23 of 57 today. Clemson wasn't much better, but they made up for that in the last 5 or 6 minutes. You're 9 of 22 from three. Clemson caught up 7 of 22 from three. So both teams shot them the same amount of threes. But they made 2 less. They made 3 more free throws, and the score was 70 to 67. That's not a coincidence. That's almost always you're going to be able to. It's usually always factored into the final score like that.
Yeah.
The rebounding, you know, it was you were competitive rebounding in this game. I thought they didn't dominate as bad as I thought they would. So they defensive rebounded us out defensive rebounded us by 5, but we out offensive rebounded them by 2.
Yep.
So that gives me a lot of hope for when Jackson comes back, obviously.
Right.
So that's and that's another piece to this. He's another glue guy. I don't even know how you really describe him, but like he would have been the guy that would have been on Godfrey probably for some of those, and I would have liked to seen those guys bang.
Yeah.
Because for now, what teams can do is they can go after Harlan and get him in foul trouble. He's not great at this point at keeping out of there at foul trouble. Right. So I'm hoping that at a different point in time that when Jackson comes back, we can hopefully bang around a little more.
I'll tell you the number that sticks out in the box score to me is Jasper Floyd, 0 assists, 4 turnovers. How many times that happened in his career? Maybe
That's
none.
why I felt like Amir Jenkins should have played more in the second half.
Right.
But I mean, like, look, I am never going to criticize Ross Hodge. Very likely. I mean, I might make a point like this every now and then. Like I personally felt one way.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that's how it should have been done, but I felt like Amir this wasn't a great game for Jasper because they had a beat on him. On everything he had going on, which is why they had to go to him in the post so often to get any kind of other assist attempts. Right. Because he wasn't able to get real penetration and get passes that way. He was having to Mark Jackson style it, like they said, and get into the middle of the lane. And that'd be great if he had a nice post game. But it's average, I guess, but it's not like it's this elite post game where he's going to. Actually, Amir Jenkins has an elite post game. He hasn't even showed that yet. But in high school, he had an elite post game. Let's talk about Chance Moore, though. We haven't talked about him. We'll do that next. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by our good friends at FanDuel. Right now at FanDuel, guys, the NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or if you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a bigger shot at a bigger payout. Keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late-game push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. But you can't win if you don't play, so head to FanDuel.com, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, and sign up today. Hey, it's segment 2. I'm going to crack a water dew. Troy, I know you told me you wanted to get on your soapbox about Chance Moore. You still can.
I absolutely do, and I absolutely will. And this is not like a slight at anybody in West Virginia community, but I have been so big, dare I say the biggest, on Chance Moore heading into this season, and super eager to watch him play, as I know you have been, as I know a lot of people have been. But man, did he show us some things tonight. He was unbelievable.
First came back.
Unbelievable. I mean, they called him a stat sheet stuffer. That was one thing I thought the broadcast did get right because of what he does. But he made highlight play after highlight play. The play at the end of the first half, stealing the inbound and knocking down a three from half court.
16 and 5, baby. Well, that's great.
Yeah, he had the most shot attempts on the team, which could be a little concerning just based on this is his first game in the system and all that. But he just showed us so many things. He's so good defensively. He's so active. He got a couple beautiful plays defensively, with blocks and steals, and he is just, I'm going to say as advertised, but I'm going to say as advertised by me on Mountaineer Moment and us here. Like, he came to play, and he is going to be an incredible asset for this team moving forward. He's that good. He helps this team that much. His downhill, threat. Like, I think of a scat back in football and a power running back, right? Chance Moore's the power guy that gets downhill, and Honor Huff's the scat back, right? Just running around like crazy. And he just brings another dimension that, I mean, there's nobody on this team that was doing what Chance Moore did tonight for this team to this date, with just his ability. Even the charge that Godfrey took, which I thought was the right call, like just getting after the rim.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's the right call, but he's –
yeah, I know. But just
he's 6'9", 260 pounds.
Yeah.
God.
He was asking for it. But just his ability to get to the rim and go aggressively is huge for this team.
It's definitely big for the team.
Any 3-point shot that he makes is a bonus. And let me ask you this question. Chance Moore had to sit out 6 games, meaning he don't play tonight. What's the final score?
Well, it changes the game flow. You know what I mean? So it's like hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because who plays in his place? I mean, it's just it's not as simple as that. But I mean, you would think that obviously he helped West Virginia a lot tonight.
Yeah. I don't think it's as close as it was. I'll say that personally. I
don't know. It's hard to. It's hard to say. But I see where you're trying. I mean, I get it. You're big on Moore.
I am too.
I like him too. I mean, obviously, he had a great game.
But what a coming out game! Like, that was.
Yeah, that was all we needed was the win.
Yeah.
I feel like DJ Thomas may have been impacted by it, though. You know what I mean? He had 25 last game. He didn't get any playing time hardly at all tonight. This just, I feel like maybe Ross shrunk away from some guys tonight that have been playing. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just they're still trying to figure it out.
He's got to figure it out. Yeah.
So I want to see his press conference after the game, but I'm sure he's probably disappointed. And let me just say too, for a guy that's been in so many games, the play at the end, when I just could not believe that with 6 or 7 seconds to go, and you're going down the floor off a steal, that you don't think to kick it out for a 3 or call timeout. That was a really I don't want to call anybody dumb because I'm not here to disparage anybody, but that wasn't a smart play at all. You just no excuse for it. You got to be more situationally aware.
Yep.
That lost us the game for sure in that moment, right?
Man, like other things we did to tie it.
Yeah. Like you've got guys. How good would you have felt coming out of a timeout with the play drawn up for Honor Huff to whether that was either to be a decoy or to just let him get it and say, I'm going to shoot a crazy like what he does, like I would have felt hope anyways.
A heck of a lot better than Clemson ball with 1.5 seconds down 1.
Yeah. I mean, you know what else? I'm surprised they didn't have him miss that second free throw.
I know.
I mean, the odds say like it's less than 2%. That you're even going to get to the rim. So
Yeah.
Off of a rebound with 1.5. I mean, you can get a kick to half court, but it's really
there was 1-0.
hard.
There was 1-0.
Oh, you can't then. With 1.5, you can't.
Yeah.
I remember I had a coach that had all the details of like, you can do this with 3 seconds left. You can do this with 2 seconds left. You can get 2 dribbles with, and he had the whole breakdown of it all.
Yeah, that was just the Belo. I mean, that was Belo and Chance both. That was a really bad mental lapse at a really bad time.
Yeah, and I don't want to be too hard on anybody because but I mean, because I don't want to say anything's a meaningless game, but these are next to meaningless. It was a neutral court game. It's not going to factor in much. It'll factor in for Clemson if we're good as a good neutral court win. It might be quad 2. Yeah. Could be quad 1 if we're really good, I guess. The neutral court games, are they ever quad 1 wins?
I don't know. I would assume so.
I forget how they rate them with neutral court for it to be quad 2 or 1. But, obviously, overall, guys, there's a lot of positives to draw from it, like we said a few times. I just wish that this team would have a little bit more continuity on offense at times. It's really frustrating to watch. Sometimes I feel like we get bogged down with Jasper. And other times I'm so glad he's on the floor. So it's like, I tell
you what, that play down 3, when we were down 3 out of bounds off a timeout, Belo down to Chance Moore cutting, that was a beaut.
That was great. Yeah.
That was a beaut.
That was great. Chance didn't even, it was an alley-oop, but it was a chest pass. It was kind of weird because he jumped and caught it.
Yeah.
Almost like you were playing tip out, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Harlan Obioha probably, from a scoring perspective, I really don't know what's happened to him the last few games. He had 9 rebounds, so, I mean, you can't say he wasn't effective. As a matter of fact, that's what he was doing best.
Yeah.
And keeping shots alive, and that's fine if that's the role he falls into with more scoring coming in. But we need him to make some of those bunnies. You got to be better, and he has all year. But this was first test against size. I felt like he failed that a little bit. So we'll see. It was a physical game that they let go on some of the calls. So
yeah,
this box score is crazy. We'll go to break, guys. We'll put our final thoughts in here right off the break. Uh-oh. My mouse has got a mind of its own here. Why does it do this? Good Lord. There we go. All right, we'll be right back. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by Game Time. Right now, guys, college football is back, and I couldn't be more excited. The tailgates, the rivalries, the energy in the stands, there's nothing like it. But let's be real. Actually, getting tickets can feel a lot more like the battle itself than the game. Endless queues, hidden fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the easiest way to score last-minute tickets at great prices with no surprise fees at checkout. What you see, what you pay. I pulled up Game Time, and in just a couple of taps, I saw amazing deals. I'm talking about your favorite college football games for as low as $25. That'll make you holla. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets, football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase where the terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off today. Swipe, tap, ticket, go download Game Time today, and you'll ask yourself the question of all questions. What time is it? It's game time. All right, back with Troy from Mountaineer Moment. Make sure you go check him out over there, guys, Mountaineer Moment. And don't forget to check out our new joint show, which we recorded a few videos on recently, College Sports Insiders, which is something that we're trying to figure out what it is. As of right now, we've been kind of covering more Big 12-centric stuff, so maybe that's the vein we stay in, but it'll definitely be college football and college basketball. And I think the way we've kind of discussed is we'll probably do Big 12-centric, but we'll cover the national stories too when they're relevant. Okay. Big picture stuff here, Troy. Obviously, West Virginia is going to play the winner of the Georgia Xavier game.
Loser.
Or the loser. Yeah, I meant to say loser. You know, if you can get out of here with at least one win, you still feel pretty dang good about the trip, right?
Yes, absolutely. And again, there's lots of encouragement to take away from this one, even though it was a heartbreaker. But absolutely, you don't want to leave Charleston 0-2. We said it the other day. Someone's going to leave 0-2. We don't want it to be us.
Yeah, I wonder when Jackson's going to be back. You know, I keep wondering that. That way we can just start playing with these rotations and then eventually figure them out.
Yeah.
But are you worried about DJ Thomas now after you saw after tonight? Do you think that? I don't know. I just worry about his game and, you know, getting impacted. He was just starting to feel it.
Yeah.
You know, and Chance coming back is such a big presence. I just wonder about it.
Right. No, it's a valid concern. It's something we've talked about, right? Because again, when Jackson comes back and Chance obviously is here and showing what he can do, it's Ross Hodge got some things to figure out, and I trust that he will. But yeah, I mean, potentially all of those guys are going to get, you know, a few less minutes. You know, everyone we've named, even Eagle staff, more. You know, everyone's going to be affected because of the depth of this team. Let's just put it that way. Everyone's going to be affected. Can I give you two things that stick out to me from this one?
Yeah.
One, you know, just looking at the box score. So Honor Huff played 38 minutes. No one else had above 26. So he had 38 minutes and he only had 6 shot attempts and he made 5 of them, 3 of 4 from 3, meaning we need to get that boy the ball a little bit more. So that sticks out to me. Like, okay, he was on the court so much that he was being effective with the shots that he was given. And obviously he wasn't a liability defensively to Ross Hodge, or else he would have taken him out.
He's not a liability defensively.
Yeah,
I mean, as long as he's not getting ISO'd and there was one play where he got caught on Godfrey somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
The biggest mismatches ever.
Those, you know,
he's
Godfrey,
so active with his hands.
Yeah, he is.
He's a nightmare when it comes to swiping at balls and things.
Yeah, he fights.
So yeah, he definitely fights. Yeah, he gets in passing lanes. Like, he got fouled at the end of the game, by the way. Whenever he got in that passing lane and he ran into the scorer's desk, I don't know how that wasn't a foul up against a 6'11" guy.
Yeah,
the ball was loose. He got it back for one dribble and got blasted into the scorer's desk.
Call. Yep, absolutely.
You know, there was a few calls that I thought were, I don't know. Like, I don't want to complain too much because we were in the bonus late, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Another thing was, like, we had Amir and Jasper on the floor at the same time. I felt like we did some good things as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that Ross is not afraid to do, is put multiple ball handlers on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that continues to happen, because I do like when he does that. It's just too bad Amir isn't ready to shoot yet, because if he was able to shoot threes right now, I'm telling you, and I know this is probably unpopular because Jasper had 14 tonight. He's an upgrade over Jasper in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not. He's too wet behind the ears. That's the only difference. Jasper's more physically filled out. He's probably a tougher defender.
Yeah.
Like Amir is going to be a better defender, in my opinion, at some point in time. Like, he's tenacious. He's just so little and skinny that he can't do everything that Jasper can in that way. I don't mean to be comparing players. It's just, you know,
Amir definitely shows signs of
being him and Miles Sadler together next year?
I know.
Feed families, man.
I know it.
Oh,
I know.
God.
That was the second thing I was going to mention with Amir, because I think now obviously Chance Moore in a lot of ways like stole the show, steals the headlines from this game, but you and I both knew, not that we were going to predict that he was going to do what he did tonight, but like you and I both knew we could expect similar things from what we saw out of Chance Moore tonight.
Oh yeah.
Amir Jenkins, to me, out of anybody on this team, he showed me a lot more than what I was thinking originally.
Let's read his box score out. Where is his box score?
I got you right here. Amir Jenkins, so he played 19 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 boards, 4 assists, no turnovers, which is good. He was just really, really good. He showed you a lot. 8 points,
4 assists, and 3 rebounds as well.
Yeah. He's a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah. And I think you compare that to Jasper with 14,
Right.
No assists,
4
turnovers. I think Amir had the cleaner game, right?
Well, 100%.
But Jasper blings a lot. He had the opening steal. It set the tone.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here trying to say Jasper shouldn't play
yeah.
I just think that Amir could slowly overtake him at some point this year as he grows up. He's so dynamically quick, and he's got a mid-range game. He just needs to grow up a little bit. I'm so scared. Hopefully he sticks around and plays with Sadler next year.
I know it. Well, and to your point with just his improvement over the course of the season, all Mountaineer fans everywhere, even the biggest Jasper Floyd fans everywhere, should be rooting for Amir Jenkins for this to be a conversation. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's just going to show his growth, and Jasper's a senior, and it could point to his leadership and mentorship for what he's done. I think of, I'm a Sixers fan, and there was James Harden was with Tyrese Maxey for a little bit, and Tyrese Maxey has the exact same bag that James Harden has now, and there's a reason for it because Harden grew him up in that. He had 54 points yesterday. Tyrese Maxey's an elite scorer, and there's a lot of thanking to do for James Harden. And so I think there's a little bit of a veteran relationship there that can help Amir Jenkins, and we should all be rooting for it.
It's a great guy to learn from, for sure.
Yeah.
And Jasper brings a lot. I don't mean to. I'm not trying to down anybody, and just we're just talking. We're just shooting it. Obviously. Final thoughts. I would like to see Jaden Forsythe play more personally. I think he's a guy that, you can come in and I just think he needs to come in and shoot a little bit. Personally, I don't know if maybe he's not ready, and I don't know the ins and outs, but I think he's a guy similar to, Jonathan Powell last year. You'd like to see him come in and grow into a role on this team. But you can only play so many guys, and I get that too. What are we going to do with Trey Eaglestaff, man? What's your thoughts on him?
Keep shooting. That's my thoughts. Again, I was encouraged by the shots.
When we play Mercyhurst, we need to just let him shoot like 30 shots.
Yeah.
And try to work this out of his system. Seriously. Because all I need Trey Eaglestaff to do is just hit a couple buckets a night when you're open. Like 7 to 10 points a game would be great for everything else we have on this team right now. He had 5 tonight, but the five misses he had were so bad. They didn't hit rim, literally. I'm not even pretending.
I know. Yep.
How many shots did he take?
He was shooting shots that he was used to making, 9, which is more than Huff, by the way. And it was, more than anybody else, or as much as anybody else in the starting lineup outside of Moore, who came off the bench, 6 of 12. So eventually they're going to fall, and we got to keep believing that, and hopefully he can keep believing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm serious, even though the shots were bad, before if you could just freeze it as he's taking the shot, he looked different tonight in a good way to me.
Right. So, it's not the end of the world, y'all, but it's a frustrating loss, right? This is a team that I think we were better than. I know we were better than. It's just that we made mistakes that we won't make later on in the year, and they'll be better later in the year too. But I think what frustrates me the most is this isn't a Clemson team that has returned a bunch of starters, and I can say, okay, they just had all this much more experience than us. They replaced everybody too. So, that's the thing that I was looking at, trying to find a moral victory in there. And they're just brand new as well. They do have Godfrey back, but I think if I could just sum it up, it's overall not the end of the world, but man, it was you gave it away.
Heartbreaking game, but a good basketball game.
I can't see that far when after a loss. I can't see good basketball game. No, I was literally miserable watching that. I was miserable. I'll be honest. I was miserable watching the game. Yeah. I was on. I'm like, you ever seen Skip Bayless? He actually posted a video of him watching the Dallas Cowboys game once, and it looked like he was being tortured. He was going like he was making the craziest faces. That's how I am, dude. I'm like
no. I get like that too, especially down the stretch in this one, and I 100% I get it. But grand scheme of things, and I started the show saying I was going to do this, right? Like I'm not sitting here saying I wasn't frustrated, not sitting here saying I'm not pissed off or annoyed, or yelling at my TV like Raven, because I was doing just that. But you wake up tomorrow, and I think some people are going to be seeing it a little bit my way, because there are a lot of positives, a lot of things you take away. And overall, you hung with a really good team. I think Clemson's really good. I do. I think they got NCAA tournament potential.
Curtis D16, that's something I actually mentioned to Troy the other day, that I believe that Trey should come off the bench as well. And I do believe if you gave me, if I were a betting man, I would say maybe not the next game, but one of the next couple games, you're going to see Trey come off the bench and Chance will be in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And that's going to take some pressure off of Trey, you would hope. Although, as somebody who's been a starter and not in college, but it's still the same feeling, where you are where your feet are when these things are happening. It's still the same feeling when you're coming off the bench sometimes, as especially when you're not playing as well. But I just want him to break out of the slump, whatever this is. I don't know. I just haven't seen much like it. I mean, I looked up the yips. Have you actually looked up at what it is definitionally?
No.
The yips definitionally it's a cognitive disorder that actually literally becomes physical in the body. So it's like I'm so in my head about this that it causes my physical body to react in those moments. So, it's a baseball term, obviously, and it dates. Like, they've actually done studies on it, and everything is pretty wild. People actually do really get the yips.
Yeah.
So it's not just a saying.
Right.
All right, y'all. That's about it. Troy, you got anything else you want to say, brother? Or any other points you needed to make?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, sorry I was so negative. I'm just after a loss, that's just me, though.
I get it.
I'll be over it tomorrow. I can see a lot of positives in the team and everything. And obviously, we've still got a game to play. And hopefully it's Georgia, selfishly. Hopefully Georgia gets upset somehow and we can go beat them.
I was thinking the same thing.
All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being here, everybody. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you're new, which I know some of you will be. And we will see you on the next one. We're heading into another game week. Obviously, tomorrow is Saturday. There'll be college football being played. We'll talk about something here. I have a couple of subjects stashed up my sleeve. I'm always trying to get texting for information, so we'll figure one out, and we'll see you then. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen. Check out Locked On Big 12 next if you can. Drake Toll leads the conversation around the Big 12 and continuously kills it over there. Mountaineer Moment, please get over there and subscribe to Troy. He's got his own show over there. And if you can, College Sports Insiders. I know that's a lot of things, but if you break it down, it's actually much more simple. Locked On Big 12, Locked On West Virginia, Mountaineer Moment, College Sports Insiders. Those are your four things. You'd be good at everything, but by everything. You don't need any other thing else with that.
That's right. We'll be continuing the conversation over at Mountaineer Moment too. We're going to give a special episode on Chance Moore, so you can check that out soon.
There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. You know what? I'm still going to say it. Don't forget to cue those country roads.